Mary Rose Hoya here from Expert Profit Engine, where we help business owners who are serious about profiting even more from their expertise and faster. So when and how to approach and get in front of executive level prospects for a high-end sales discussion is a real problem for many experts. And the thing is that a lot of people are trying to do it the wrong way. They're trying to do it like this, where it's you going straight to the VIP, no matter how or when. And the thing is that puts an incredible amount of pressure on you if you do not have an established relationship with that person and you're doing it in this way. Because what happens is that you are interrupting their world in a sense, and it can actually put you at a competitive disadvantage unless you have something epoch-making to say from their perspective. Because when you interrupt their world in this way and they're not prepared for it, they are experiencing you out of context, not in context, and they are not receptive right then, potentially. So what you do instead is this, and I'm about to give you 2 key secrets of the EPE method where you approach in a considered way. Now, these 2 EPE secrets are, number 1, that timing is critical. That is when to approach. And the second secret is move in angles. Move in angles like this. How to do it, how to approach. Now notice that I say when to approach, not when you approach, because approaching indirectly is a superpower that so many experts do not realize for high-level relationships. And we're going to be talking a lot more on that. So let's go through secret number 1, when to approach. The timing is critical. Now, in concrete terms, that means that you act at what I call micro disturbances in your people's world. And a couple of examples of this are at an organizational level, organizational opportunities like product launches, individual opportunities, so individual people, like getting coffee at networking events. So secret number 2, how to do it, how to approach, you move in angles. What that means is you do not aim directly for a new client, you aim indirectly. And the benefit to you is that you lower your resistance to prospecting, plus clients transfer existing trust to you. Now, a couple of examples of this are where you leverage the existing client base of someone else, and also mutual client introductions where instead of you going straight to the VIP, you go through a mutual contact who influences your VIP. Now, we keep this very simple, and today we are going to go through 3 magical ways or strategies to this that are both concrete and practical. Okay, grab a pen, let's go. Strategy number 1, when to approach. Product relaunch. And how do you do it? What you do is you partner with an existing supplier to your target organization where you fill an expertise gap. And an example of this is an advertising agency, say, who is already in at a big tech company. And they are hired to do a marketing campaign to relaunch a product in this example. Now, what happens here is that they hire you for in-context expertise. Now, over time, then you branch off to other departments. Fantastic technique. And now, if you don't know any suppliers, strategy number 2 coming up shows you an effective way to meet them. So, strategy number 2, when to approach. Events. Innovation events, rights issue events, IPO events, award events, media events. And how do you do it? Use the innovation trend where corporates are investing in next level technologies and next level marketing in order to stay relevant. And they want to be seen at events like this. Now, know that a lot of high levels are stuck inside their silos or inside their corporate buildings or inside airport meeting rooms, and you cannot easily access those in the first step. So events like these are a fantastic strategic route for you. Also, leverage events that journalists will write about and where your targets want to be seen at. Now, a pro tip here. Many of your targets choose to be seen at strategic events to advance their own careers and to get board positions. So be strategic about which events you go to. Be focused and prepare for them. Otherwise, you will exhaust yourself and be less effective. Social platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn are excellent to find journalists, policymakers, and to observe influential commentators who have an effect on your VIPs. Now, to be effective, follow these 3 steps, which loads of people don't do, even though they're very basic. Step 1, prepare before the event. Step 2, focus at the event. And step 3, follow up after the event. So plus or minus 7 days around an event. So before the event, email the event organizer. Ask them for the attendance list. Now on that list, find interesting people. Heads of innovation at interesting companies. These are often active, both physically and digitally at events, and they're an amazing inroad into an otherwise closed corporate environment. Also, agencies who supply corporates with advertising, communication, language consulting, kind of soft or creative skills, if you like. Google image, LinkedIn, Twitter search these people so you know what they look like and perhaps who they know. Search for what is said about the event on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and note the most common hashtags, the most common words that are used, the most common people who are showing up in the feeds. Examples here of hashtags, hashtag expert profit engine, and Twitter handles and names at Mary Rose Hoya. Get event organizers then to introduce you to key people. Also at talks, stand at the back and observe the people, observe the conversations, the dynamics, and do try to make contact at least with one person on your list. Do hover around the coffee machine. Do get involved in the online feeds if you can. What this does is it makes you visible in context. Share, comment, like, observe, and do be looking to get introduced to your desired contact as soon as possible around the event, plus or minus 7 days, because what that does is it transfers trust to you and delivers you to them in context. Now, there are more examples of this coming up soon. And strategy number 3 is what is an amazing way to access executive level prospects, and that is where you develop their focus groups. And now, how do you do that? You give a talk at an industry event. Chambers of commerce, fantastic places to go at. Executive mentoring programs. Now, a couple of examples of this. Say Big Pharma wants to contact primary care nurses and doctors because they have patient contact and they influence treatment. Amazing example, set number 2, is corporates who are wanting to develop their internal leaders. So you go in there and you help them with that. What that does is you develop key contacts, you become known as a person of your expertise, and you also become known as a person of perceived influence. Powerful, hey? So using these strategies makes you go so much faster, reach higher, and with less work. So do try this out. And if you are struggling to gain traction in a new network or country, community, environment of high-paying prospects, or struggling with landing bigger, better deals, head on over to expertprofitengine.com, and there you can download our free guide on how to position, price, promote, and sell your expertise at even higher profit. Again, I'm Mary Rose Hoya from Expert Profit Engine, and I will see you next time.